healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Oh, lady journey. We hope this is recording. We have no idea. We have no idea if we're doing a podcast now or if we're just
playing pretend.
Playing pretend.
Which is a fine line.
It really is.
It's just this.
One press of a button between being a professional and being a mental patient.
Can I say that I think people really loved you with your lasagna. It did feel like feedback. I Love Lucy episode. She's going to try to make something she's never made before and to impress Richie's, what's his name? Is it Richie? Or am I thinking of La Bamba?
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky's family.
Yes.
Yes, I get into goofy scrapes. That's me, goofy food-related scrapes.
Welcome, and you guys are our favorites.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being with us. Live, laugh, love.
Right, and can I just say that I'm impressed that a lot of people have chosen the $10 weekender.
Yes,
I would think that more people have done the $5 because you do get...
People love the videos.
They love the videos.
They love seeing us.
They do.
Also, I'd like to call attention to the fact today, unprompted, we have very similar outfits.
Pink tops, denim jeans, flats.
Flats, yep. You saw it. You saw it here first. Yeah.
I know you thought we were lying.
Yeah, we never would.
No.
Welcome. We're here to guide you into fall in a romantic and safe way.
Right. I'm looking forward to it because I'm so tired of my hair getting frizzy. I leave the house being like, this is great. I have it in a clip. And then I walk by a window and my hair is falling out of the clip and it's just gone like poof. Yeah, like a poodle at the bottom.
I'm having major flip issues lately. As everyone knows, I'm growing out my hair for my wedding, and the flip, there's nothing I can do about it now. I flat iron it, I blow dry it, I do everything, not in that order, but and the flip is still there because my hairdresser can't cut as much off.
The only way I figured out how to do the flip, and we talked about this on one of our unrecorded podcasts.
Yes, yeah.
That Lauren. What's her full name?
Lauren Hope Crass.
Because I think I'm doing Cop Hass.
Oh, yes.
Hope
Crass. Yeah.
Talked about bringing a flat iron a small flat iron, portable one with her in her purse at all times. And I'm like this. Oh, yeah. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
You have to groom every moment of your life. Yeah. If you want to look
You have to have a secret hair tool. And I actually love that idea. And I loved her. She was such a fun guest. But hopefully she will come back.
She's going to come back. Our guests that were unrecorded take a breather. Regroup.
Let them regroup.
Because you can't be like, can you just do whatever you did and bring it this one?
Never.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah. But fall, I'm looking out. I'm excited to not be humid anymore.
Oh my gosh. I've already shifted to warm beverages. That's my hallmark of fall. It's still a little warm outside, sure, but I've
Nope, fall is here.
Fall is here and I'm not looking back.
I'm the same way where you just like, it's happening and I'm manifesting it by wearing a light jacket.
Yes.
Yeah. I will be wearing my sweaters in 90-degree heat.
Yep. Yeah. I have the air conditioning on and I'm in full pajamas. Okay. That's how I sleep now. Well, I have to tell you something because as you know as everyone knows, I did purchase a new blender.
Yeah.
So this is huge for me. It's been delivered. It is a dream. I got the Ninja.
Is it out yet? Have you taken it out of the box?
Oh, I've been using this baby.
Okay.
I used it. Oh, so I actually misnamed it the Ninja. It's actually the KitchenMaid K400. Okay. So
totally not the Ninja.
It's a completely different blender.
But KitchenMaid, in my mind, KitchenMaid is the top tier. But I don't know if people have. There's some people that are like.
I feel like the Vitamix, like the $700 Vitamix. Which
is a 700? You're like, I'm not running a Jamba Juice.
Right. I'm not making my own nut butters. But this blender, I've used it to make a juice. It was great. Everything was fully pureed. I loved it. And then I used it to make something so exquisite. I made my own froyo. I put Greek yogurt and then just chunks of mango, and it just blended it into a sorbet.
Okay.
And it was so good.
And then froze it?
So the mango was frozen already.
Okay.
And then so it was ready immediately.
Oh, no. You know what? I've been getting into making popsicles.
Oh, I love a popsicle.
Well, mainly because I was so stupid. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went grocery shopping a day before I was leaving for a week.
I have done that.
And then you're
I
like,
do it all the time.
Why did I do that? And then I'm panicking, looking up what I can do with all of our vegetables and fruits that I bought.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me make some strawberry lemonade popsicles. And my kid really loves them because all of his teeth are coming in at the same time.
Oh my gosh, he's a little teethy.
And he's grinding.
I could not see any teeth today, but I wasn't really looking inside of his mouth,
well,
so that's probably
we
why.
say he's a very private person. He won't let me get to his boogers or his teeth, but you have to open up his lips. And he's like, he always shudders away when you do that. He doesn't
so
like
cute.
it.
He's such a cutie. He really is on his own terms. He's living life in his own terms. I came over earlier.
I have to make appointments with him.
Yeah.
Marty, can I come in?
Marty, is this okay? So I came over earlier. You were doing a Zoom for your new place. I said, I'll watch him. The whole time he wanted to go where you guys were in the bedroom, which I was like, you know what? I let it happen. I was like, I'm not going to fight it. I don't need to. And it was so hilarious. He could hear you guys in there.
Yeah. Joe I have to hide when he's putting him to bed. But that's when I want to go do the most. But yeah, we're into the popsicles, and I'm looking up more popsicle recipes where I feel like the Kitchen Maid would be very handy for that.
They do have one blender that I was looking up, which is specifically for making your own. I guess it's called anabolic ice cream, where you make it with like heavy cream, Greek yogurt, and then you put in, protein powder. Okay. So it's like your own little halo top that you're making.
Right.
So it's called the Ninja Creamy, which I think it is a Ninja blender that just makes this type of ice cream, but it's like, I mean, how many supplies are you going to have? Like we already have a food processor, we have a blender, we have an immersion blender. I can't get a special blender for ice cream. That's like, too much.
Who has the counter space in that for New York?
Oh my God, in the world.
Well, I just saw Gary Goldman on Seth Meyers talk about how he has to put away his toaster in New York.
No, that's so sad.
But that's like what a lot of us have to do. A lot of people don't even use their oven and use it as storage.
Yeah. Oh, ours is storage.
Is y'all storage?
But we also use it. So we just take the stuff out, hopefully, if I remember.
Yeah.
And I'm just melting a plastic dish in there. But I have to tell you about my Nespresso.
Okay. When you said you were thinking about an espresso machine, I did think about getting an Nespresso, but they have made the pod smaller, but It just feels like a really bad thing for the environment. But I've also stopped caring about the environment.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I love your eco journey. Your eco journey was like in and way out.
Well, I just talked about this today, but it's really like, in order to make a difference, is you have to tell third world countries to stop
trying to have power.
Yeah, where
I'm flying on a plane.
Right. Like, can you stop with your factories? And then you're like, bye.
Yeah. Enjoy your...
We're like, this is our only way of doing our economy. And then, I don't know.
Sorry, we destroyed your water supply with our chemicals. Well, I will say, first of all, the Nespresso, I had a Keurig for years, as everyone knows.
Everybody had a Keurig.
Everyone had a Keurig. I had one too long, I think. I had one for about 8, maybe like actually 6 years I had a Keurig.
I actually feel like that's a long time for those things to last.
And
Did
I
it
had
break?
2 in that period.
Okay.
One lasted about, I think they each lasted about 3 years.
Okay, because one of my jobs when I was a food and beverage attendant at a hotel is taking care of, and it was a very high-powered espresso machine that people help themselves to. That fucking thing broke down.
No.
Every 5 minutes.
Because you got these Swedish people in there jamming the buttons.
And people were like, you know what? If you're not going to give me Wi-Fi, I'm drinking 8 espressos at once. Like, you would see people coming out with like tons of cups for themselves. And I'm like, that's not really its intended purpose. But I was so livid every day. And it's not like you were ever told how to fix an espresso machine. Mm-hmm. And I had a joke that I had to stop doing because it's so insensitive, where I was like, I feel like this is the closest I'll know to taking care of a child with autism.
An invalid. Yeah.
Well, meaning like you're doing all this work in love, and then I was never getting any emotional feedback.
Yeah. The espresso is not a sipping beverage. You're supposed to have one small one. Yes. That flashed me back to when I was in Salt Lake City earlier this year, and the hotel I was in had one of those machines, and I tried to use it, and the guy dashed to me like, no. Please back away. I'm like, oh, sorry. I was pressing the cappuccino button. I don't know. But it's like you have to kind of like.
Right. But it's like.
You have to jimmy it.
Don't you think it's insane that to have such an expensive piece of equipment to let the general public come at it? It's like leaving like an expensive car and letting anyone drive it.
No, it's not responsible.
No.
Well, I will say I got the Nespresso Virtuo Deluxe. Okay, so this one takes 2 different types of pods. It takes espresso and coffee.
Okay, that's because sometimes you want both.
Sometimes you want both, and I have been having both, and I've been wild, just tearing through my home, scrubbing, crying a little bit, watching movies for about 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm on a schedule now. Anyway, but no, I have to say the quality of the coffee is so much better. The quality of the caffeine content is so much better that I was like, oh my God, it's so worth it. And the pods are made of aluminum, actually. So I just take the coffee out and I recycle it.
And a lot of them are way smaller.
Way smaller.
Our hotel had an espresso, and I have to say, I was loving it.
Love it. It's so great. The one that I have now, I got they're called, I guess, long coffees or cafe lungo if you're Italian. But it's not doing the big pods. So I may have to call customer support. But, you can't have it all. You're going to face a challenge somewhere in your life.
When would it ever be easy?
When would it ever be easy? When would it work 100%? I mean, come on. It's a machine I got online for $200. Did I think it was going to work? Not really.
No, that's like, I have to accept we bought it. Joe got me a really high-end toaster for Christmas, and it worked after 8. It stopped working after 8 tries. And I had a dollar store toaster that worked just fine, but he was like, and I was like, no, right. This is a really nice gift, but why? And then I can't return it because I'm not going to carrying a toaster to Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, like you're in a mental health crisis.
And it's been like several years later, and I've had this happen even at Amazon. I had a book that never showed up. And it took me, because of work and doing stand-up, it took me about a month or so to call customer service.
Oh, yep.
And I got, why are you taking care of this now? I'm like, I live in New York, lady.
I am barely keeping my head above water right now.
That is an inappropriate question to ask me. Like, I'm trying to, keep my head above water.
I've had the same.
The audacity to ask me. I'm like, this is actually early.
Yeah, 1 month.
Yeah.
I bought shoes online before. I remember they were terrible, and I just wore them. They were hideous cowboy boots, but the toe was rounded. They were like dingo boots.
See, these are the questions.
Horrific.
Like when a job asks you, what are your strengths? And you're like, I will commit.
I will go with the flow.
I bought a pair of shoes on Amazon that were awful, and then I wore them for 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm bringing to this business. But yeah, the Nespresso, I can't recommend it enough. I think it's really good. When we still had some of the pods left for the Keurig, I was like, oh, well, I'll just try the Nespresso. But then I tried the Keurig again. I was like, oh, I'll finish the pods. They tasted so bad to me.
So different.
I was like, ugh, I'll never go back.
Now, can you get the Nespresso pods at the grocery store? Or do you have to order them online?
Oh, good question. I do not know. I think you have to get them online. So we ordered a lot. That is the big downfall. It's like each of these pods is like $1, at least. With Keurig, you can get like, sales and discounts and whatever. They're always at TJ Maxx. I'm like, well, whatever. I'll have Uncle Pappy's brand. Yeah. This will be fine. But we're kind of in like a little bit of an upgrading phase, which I'm loving because I guess I'm just nesting a little bit, even though I'm not really going to do a wedding registry because all of our stuff is falling apart and it doesn't make sense for me to wait.
Right.
Like we need a new toaster too. Our toaster now, is malfunctioning in a really fun way. It's just getting super hot. So it's just burning everything. So I have to like
be on top of it.
I have to sit there and watch it. Yeah. And I can't. Yesterday I burned 3 pieces of toast and then finally I was like, fine, I'm not going to have toast. I'm not going to have toast because I kept like getting distracted by my phone and I go in the other room and then I would just see it smoking.
You're like, fuck toast. Can I just say I was loving everybody relating to I don't want to have a house where you're like, somebody's like, I'm going to use the restroom. Like, wait, let me get the stick. Like people are telling us all of their like things that they jimmy around their apartment. And that is a thing that you will just deal with.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love that. That was a really fun clip. I dated a guy once. I know I've told the story on here. And I don't need to say that before everything I repeat. That's my therapist told me that. Okay. That's a nervous tick.
Right.
I know you guys hate me, but I'm going to go. I'm here. I'm still here.
Well, Joe always Sarah, I've already told this story and I've never been like this. He's told this already. I actually don't mind story repeating unless it's within 10 minutes of each other.
And then that's Alzheimer's.
Yeah, then I'm worried. Yeah. But
the oven's on.
I actually don't mind listening to a funny story.
Same.
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months. That's your story.
Sometimes a new element comes up.
Yes,
it's like watching a movie again.
Yeah. It's great. There's
new characters that I appreciate.
Yeah. And we're not going to say it anymore on this. Yeah. You're going to hear, we only each have like 10 stories. Okay.
Right. So that's how I don't understand.
What are we supposed to do?
People like David Sedaris that can write books and books of short stories.
He's so
and like,
good.
I don't have, my life is boring.
God, he's so good. Anyway, my story of jimmying something was that I was dating a guy and their bathroom door didn't shut. So you had to like sit on the toilet and hold it while you like hover peed because you couldn't both sit and hold.
I cannot go to the restroom like that. To know that I'm about to be barged in on, or the like holding the door closed like this.
Yeah, as you're like pissing on your foot.
And then somebody's pushing in and then they're like, what's going on with the door right now? And you're like, and then you have to be like, I'm taking a shit. And then it's awkward on the way out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. They're staring. They're standing there trying to shame you. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm
for
sorry.
not letting them. You're like,
by the way, there's piss all over the seat because of what you did to me.
I get so mad. I'm like, we talk about this a lot in my relationship with Joe is like, if we were running for president, we would make every bathroom door have the red or green sign on it.
Yes. Yeah. Because here's what the thing, and this happened to me pretty recently. It's like people will barge in on you and then they will act like you're the asshole because you just didn't lock the door. And it's like, ma'am, I'm not living like a wild animal.
Just barging into any room that I can go into.
Pissing. Like, I thought I locked the door. I obviously thought I locked it.
Like this interaction?
You think I'm trying to set you up to see me hover peeing in this dive bar? Like, that's not the case. And then, they always wait and just try to like, It's like, you should say sorry.
Right. That's on you. Like one time I was at New York Comedy Club waiting to go up and this guy just went in and it was a line. It was like in between shows or something and a line. So clearly like people were just going in. So it was known that there's somebody in there. It wasn't like, does anybody go in there? We don't know yet. It was clear that somebody had just gone on. This lady came in at the door and started fucking knocking like he owed her rent. I was like, what? That is so fucking crazy. And the guy, when he got out of the bathroom, he yelled at her and I was like, rightfully so. And I was living for every moment. I was like, you're a fucking psycho.
Who does that? It's entitled women.
It was
at comedy clubs. I know. I know the type. She's probably also heckling.
Yes. Maniac.
But yeah, so I'm doing my little kitchen upgrades and I'm loving it. I also got some under bed storage.
Ooh. Yeah. That is a game changer because it's a new place to put your sheets.
Oh, I put them under the bed.
It's like, and then you just deal with it later. And it's organized and it's not dusty because under the bed gets so gross. But I'm a big under the bed storage.
Oh yeah, I love it. And it's really, Mike is funny because he's very neat, but he also will put something there and then just let it live there. So we had the boxes of his merch just was in the corner of the living room, and he was like using it as like an end table, like, oh yeah, just like set. I'm like, okay. So finally he was gone, and I stored them. And now we have our spaces open and clear again.
That's what I feel like cohabitating is like, I'm just curating my man's stuff.
Yes, I'm managing the madness. Mike's, yeah, it's so funny. He's really neat, but then to be like, oh, but he also has like a sensibility of like, this is an end table. It's like, that's a box. That's a box full of shirts. Right. This is not a box that we're putting more boxes on. I'll tell you that much.
That's how my AC window unit in the winter, I'm like, well, this is now my bedside table.
I
hate living like that though.
Oh, I hate it.
It's not, I want everything to have its place. And then if it's if it's storage or just junk, I need it to be moved.
It must, yes. You have to have order in the home. You can't just have like, oh yeah, this is just our box that we keep in the corner forever. It's like, maybe it'll sit there for a little while while we figure out what to do. But it's like, that's how your home becomes, that's how hoarder starts.
Right. It's maddening. Because I want a house that feels like what I see in magazines, but you can't have it pretty much when you live with a man.
Yes. And
I'm going to make a broad stroke like that.
Yeah.
You have to be single.
This is your chance with your move to reinvent your home.
To claim my life back.
To claim your life back. I'm excited for you.
I know. Well, there's going to be a lot of downsizing, and I kind of wish we could do like a good old fashioned garage sale. And I'm going to ask my landlord if I can set up shop.
Yeah, stoop sale.
One Saturday to get rid of. And I'll make it known to comics, being like, you can come and get anything first.
Absolutely.
But it's like, there's so much stuff in here that I should just get rid of. Like, I'm just looking at my clothes that I thought I was going to Poshmark. It's not happening.
You know what? I love that rain jacket. That's a good rain jacket over there.
Right. But I don't even think it repels water. It's like,
it's one of those.
It's performative.
I did sell my Keurig on Craigslist, actually. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was asking about Craigslist. I haven't been there. I did it. The last time I was in Craigslist was over 10 years ago.
I did
and
sell.
It was crazy town.
It's nuts on there, but I will say the person that bought the Keurig did seem like a character. He had about 2 teeth. That's what he looked like. Okay. And nothing against him.
Right. They always remind me of a character in Star Wars that's selling ship parts.
Yes. Yeah. He was really living off the grid, like, but in New York City. Yeah.
I got it here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just
I listed it for $20. He offered $10. I said, come on, sir.
Get real.
I got him back up to 15. I said, sold. You got me. He came and picked it up. I was going to do Facebook Marketplace, but I was so confused, and I used Craigslist for years. I was always a Craigslist person. Like, one of my hobbies for a while was just like getting free stuff on there. I didn't even really want it. I would just go sometimes I would get cool stuff like masks, sheet masks. You know?
That's what Buy Nothing on Facebook is, which has been great, but the last few ones have been a little slightly, I would say, high maintenance for a Buy Nothing, and still that's very low maintenance.
Yeah, I think
it's like, can I get this? And I'm like, I don't. Well, somebody else claimed it, and then that person has claimed it. And then I'm like, okay, well now it's available, and then nothing.
Just get it. Just come to my home, and then when you get it, you can get it. Whoever gets there first gets it. For the love of God,
just fucking get this off my goddamn property.
Yeah, because I do feel like there's an underworld in New York City of like people that are just getting free things off the internet, and then they're selling those.
That's
for
what
more
I'm
money.
suspecting.
It's like, oh, okay, and that's fine because I don't
have the energy for that.
I can't hold out to get $20 for my Keurig. Like, just take it off my hands.
Well, I was watching a clip of a fellow former guest that we had, Dan Rosen, and he's got a podcast. I feel like it's in the very Lady Journey world.
Yes.
And his partner, Brian Park, podcast partner, was talking about how his girlfriend, he had a couch and then it wasn't selling on Facebook Marketplace, and then she rebranded it and it went like hotcakes.
Wow.
That I'm like, that's what I have, because whatever I'm doing right now is not piquing interest. Only scammers are interested.
Yes.
But I think it feels like lightly lying.
I think that the photos has a lot to do with it, because I was looking at the photos I took of my Keurig.
She gave it an
good.
AI background.
Whoa.
And then I think I should try to check out ChatGPT to rebrand my
Hello, would you like couch today?
Yeah. To resell my snoo. I'm trying to sell my
you gotta get that
snoo.
You gotta get that snoo off your hands.
I do. Because now I'm just like a baby store furniture place.
Yeah.
But I did suspect, I was like, oh, there should be like a secondhand baby store in every neighborhood, because I would totally drop this off for $200 if they sold it for $600, which is like a $400 markup. But I just don't feel like dealing with it anymore.
There should be somebody who just collects snoos in their home. Be the snoo lady. Be the snoo lady, and then it's like when somebody needs a snoo, you just go to the snoo lady. She's got all the snoos.
Got all the snoos. I was like, this is a market that I would do if I wasn't still pursuing stand-up.
Yes, I know. I
have a lot of jobs that I'm like, this is where I would go.
A snoo side quest, please.
A secondhand baby store.
Oh my God. I know. Yeah. I'm just living in the fantasy of my side jobs right now. I'm like, I have a day job now. I
know, because even in my fantasy of my side job today, I was like, well, clearly I wouldn't take baby clothes, because a lot of it's just like, I don't have the time to do the laundry of it.
Right.
And a lot of it's just like, just give it away because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Most of it's just like cheap Chinese shit.
Yeah. You don't want baby shine.
So that's what I was thinking. I was like, I would only deal with the practical furniture stuff and then reupholster or whatever, because I know how to reupholster.
Of course. This is your fantasy.
It's my fantasy side world.
My fantasy day job that I'm living in right now, even though I have a real day job, which is my film that I'm going to be doing, I have the day job that was the job of my dreams.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, I think I should work at a travel agency from home. I will help coordinate the schedules.
Well, it's like, I think my other side job is helping comedy clubs get their shit together.
Oh, and that, I have to tell you, like, just the thought of doing, like, oh my God, errands, like admin, a little light emailing.
Let me get the calendar set up, and then the podcast studio booking room. It's all done on, you can go on Google and do all of this and get templates and spreadsheets that are already made for you to book all this
Canva?
stuff.
I'll make a flyer. I'll make a flyer on Canva. Hey, everyone.
Hi, welcome back to Lady Journey.
Welcome back to Lady Journey, and thank you so much for continuing to support us through our recent technical issues.
This month is hectic.
It's been a little hectic, but you're welcome, because we're putting our blood, sweat, and tears into this bad boy, and we wish this bad girl, this bad lady, and we wish that you would like and subscribe, and also perchance join our Patreon.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Lady Journey.
Lady Journey.